As Pam searched for her missing 2.5-year-old daughter, Peg Ransom was heading east on nearby Route 176.
Just coming out of town, I began to see a square-shaped truck. Then I noticed there was something right in the middle of the truck that I knew I couldn't be seeing. The truck disappeared for a while, but as I came back up, there was this little tiny girl standing on the bumper. I was so frightened. We were going at 50 miles an hour. This cannot go on. I speeded up and I began doing anything I could to get the attention of this driver. Stop! But the driver did not stop.
It was a real nice afternoon. I had the windows down, so I could hear nothing except the wind blowing through the cab of the truck. I noticed there was a car behind me, swerving across the double yellow lines. The only thing I thought that possibly the person had been drinking or was trying to pass me. Well, on that road, you can't pass. And there's really nowhere on this road to pull over because the shoulder's too small. So I just sped up to get out of the person's way.
Nothing I was doing was working. And our speeds went to 60, 65, 70. After we had traveled several miles, up ahead, I saw a traffic light. And he rounded the corner. It was a country road. Where was he going? How long was it going to take for him to get there? How much longer could she hold on? How in the world could she have the sense to hold on where every instinct would say, get me out of here, get me away from this?
I was thinking, my God, she's gone and I'll never see her again.
I can't find Allison.
I felt like I was just sinking into a hole.
I knew that if I pulled back, that my chance of getting the driver's attention would be nil. But if she fell, she'd be in my path. The child couldn't hold on. How could she? I did everything I knew to help, but I wasn't helping.
Dick McGill, an off-duty firefighter, was driving in the opposite direction when he spotted Peg waving at the truck in front of her.
I couldn't believe it was for real at first. I thought I was seeing things. If she would have fallen off at the speed we were going, I didn't see how she could survive the fall. I could do CPR, but I think the damage would have been far beyond that.
Stop! I looked in my rearview mirror, and there was a man who was giving me a high sign, and I knew then that I wasn't alone.
Wakanda Police Dispatcher Pamela Human took Dick's call.
I'm following a moving van with a little kid hanging on the back, and I can't get the guy stopped.
I was totally scared for her, and I froze when I got the call.
We have one of our fire department personnel following a moving van with a small child in the rear of it, hanging on.
I knew there was an intersection coming up. I knew I had a stoplight there. I knew that was my only spot that I could get around them and that I could get them stopped.
Good afternoon, Wakanda Police.
Yes, hi. This is Pam Horry. My daughter got away. She's 2.5 years old. I can't find her. I need help.
Where do you live?
219 Drive. She was barely out of my sight, and she's gone.
Okay, I'm going to keep you on the phone, okay? Hold on one second.
Oh, God, I checked everywhere. I came out to say goodbye to Mike. She was in the house.
always told never assume anything. So I did not assume that it was the same little girl on the back of the truck.
As the light turned red, the driver behind me swerved around and pulled up beside the truck.
You've got a kid on your back bumper.
She's got a light blue jacket on, blonde shoulder-length hair.
What kind of a jacket?
Light blue and pink.
What's her name?
Allison. Oh, God, please help me.
Okay, I got 2 officers en route.
She was in my house. I walked outside to say goodbye to my husband, and she's gone. Oh, please help me. Oh,
They're
God,
en route.
please.
Okay.
This is terrible.
The one I saw was my daughter. Everything, just like you went underwater. I couldn't hear anything.
I thought of all of the what ifs. What if there had been a lot of other road traffic? What if she hadn't held on to whatever it was she was holding on to?
Thank you. Welcome. I figured there'd be some tears both ways because the little girl was crying. I know if I'd have sat with him, I probably would have cried with him, but I figured everything was fine, so I just left him be.
She's wearing a light blue and pink jacket, blonde-haired, and she's wearing light blue jeans with flowers on them.
That's the guy I stopped.
10-4. I'll advise her.
My husband
has her.
Oh, my God.
She got in the back of the truck.
She got in the back of the truck. That's what I just thought of when I was...
Okay, so they should be home soon, Pam.
Well, how did you find that out?
One of the firemen was following your husband with the little girl on the back, and he advised me, and I called county, and
She was on the back of the truck on the outside of it?
Yeah.
Oh,
And then it hit me, the shock and reality. I thought, my God, this is a miracle. It is an absolute miracle that a child of her size could hold on.
thank you for keeping me on the phone.
No problem, Pam.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
The way it turned out at the end was fantastic. No one had gotten hurt, and she was safe and sound.
Allison's parents are still recovering from what happened that day.
It's just taught us kids are really unpredictable. And just when you think they're at your feet, they might not be. And where they might be is somewhere you would never, ever, ever imagine.
She's very special. Very special. You could call her Daddy's little girl, I guess. I'll always be eternally grateful for them, Dick McGill and Peg Ramson. There's no way I could ever repay either one of them back.
I'm not going on that truck. Never again. I go get hurt.
I am so thankful and so relieved that this had the type of ending it did, because it could have been so tragic. And I look at her every day, and I hold her at night when she goes to bed, and I just say, I love you a lot.